Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to
Welcome
the
back,
Flickerverse.
Goatbrother.
Yeah, I have not been detained.
Glad you made it
Surprise.
safely across the pond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How how was traveling to the new US?
Um, the weird thing was Germany.
Oh, really?
Really. Yeah. Um, I only traveled with Carry On as I do when I go to cons, and flying with Delta, I could check in online, which didn't work last time when I traveled with British Airways. Um, so I went to the gate and sat down, and a few minutes later they said, "Oh, come on, we're starting boarding now. You have to leave this area so we can check your boarding passes." And then they didn't accept my digital boarding pass, and I had to get out of security.
What?
What?
Yeah, back through back out of the transit area and get a paper boarding pass.
What?
I
That's
could
weird.
leave my baggage there and could sneak through security afterwards, and then I was asked if I really wanted or if I really need to travel to the US. I said, well, it's not a life or death situation, but it
But you
would
have
be
booked the trip.
nice.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. And but that was German ground personnel working the
Okay.
gate. Not even by from Delta Airways. It's just those who check you in so you can sit at the gate and then go onto the plane.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to um, declare guns or ammunition for the flight.
You just pulled
Of
up
which
your
you had
bag.
plenty.
Yeah, I said, yeah, of course. I want to bring an AK-47 on the flight into the cabin. Sure. No, I didn't say it because I wanted to get on the flight and I don't own it. Yeah. And then flight there was really cool. Had a nice young guy sitting next to me, and the TSA officer in Atlanta was very chill and really my easiest immigration so far.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I
Good.
was surprised. I was surprised. Therefore, the flight back was sheer terror because I had 5 kids in the 11 seats surrounding mine, and one kicked a cup of water into my lap. So I had to sit there for 3 more hours with a wet lap. So yeah.
That's when you need balefire.
Yeah.
Dry that lap up.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, but otherwise travels was I might have.
Germans in your papers.
Well, I had everything else in paper. I had my hotel booking in paper. I had my JordanCon ticket in paper. Yeah. But I thought, oh, come on. Let's be modern for once. So you learn. Yeah, and JordanCon was great, although felt quite empty.
Oh.
Because some of the people you expect to be there weren't there, like Rob, like you, like Epic Fail was not there, Tia was not there, Talkie Joe had to cancel last minute, and
but you did
That's
get to meet some lovely people at least.
Yeah. Therefore, there were a lot of our friends that we really loved. And I got to meet some new friends. Like I finally met London, and I finally met.
Oops, sorry.
Jack, the grumpy old man, and of course, I finally met Sarah.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you maybe bring Sarah something?
Yeah, because she is our beloved book nerd of the show and prevented Bear Brothers and other horrible stuff that
deserves an Emmy.
writers.
Just know that.
Yeah. I brought her a Flickerverse shirt, and
awesome.
we named her Keeper of Flickers.
Perfect.
And she was very happy about the shirt.
That's
She was very
amazing.
excited. And she spilled some beans here and there. And just for the show. Otherwise, Bear Brothers are amazing, Niels. You know how I feel about Bear Brothers.
Absolutely. No shaming, Nils. We love you.
No.
We love our bears. Just not the I didn't say not the Wheel of Time one, but that in that particular.
Yeah. In that special ability, I am very pro Wolf Brother. I even prefer Wolf Brother for Goat Brother, so that means a lot.
We should. We did like a previous flicker about this, right? If like there were other animal siblings.
Yeah.
Like goat siblings and cat siblings and fox siblings, you know. So we welcome all our animal companions. And you also had some other. I didn't see you in the Sulin picture, but we have a Camille picture here.
Yeah.
And let's see. There was also some dancing I heard.
Yeah,
some tune.
Yeah, I did the awkward German two-step for a few minutes. Yeah.
Did you sing the Hills of Tanchico?
No. I missed that. I think that was when I was sitting down with Omar and DJ Nibbles and Sarah from What Series, and we chatted about the last season, and yeah.
Nice. I saw some videos of people dancing and singing.
Yeah. And I was glad to see that Kate's Hills of Tanchico shirts got around.
Yeah,
there were quite a few sightings during the con.
Hot commodity.
Definitely. And speaking of the hills, we have some Emmy considerations, and among that, outstanding original music and lyrics, Hills of Tanchico. So music by Nikhil?
I would say Nikhil Kopaka.
Yeah.
But
and,
who am I?
yeah. And Raimi Park. So give them all the awards they deserve.
Yeah. Our series is long due to get some awards.
Outstanding drama series, absolutely. And we definitely at some point need some costuming awards because, you know, we stand for
it. It is amazing, yeah.
Right. So, any other What was the? Did you go to any nice panels, or what was like the highlights of this year's JordanCon for us?
You're mutant.
Still muted.
Now I'm back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
Maybe stop cabling.
And yeah, Aggie, your mic is a bit.
Is it the mic or is it my connection?
There is a weird background noise.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me switch microphone.
But yeah, Roger, continue.
I went to the episode panels for, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, and to Rufus Slayer's panel, Fight Fascism with the Wheel of Time. And
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah, that was really great. We talked about how groups or events from the books resemble aspects of fascists' tools and how to work against them. It was quite interesting. They did a lot of work prior. Kate from What Series was on it. Yes Sedai was on it, and that was quite an interesting panel. Could have gone on for at least 2 more hours, I think. Yeah, and then on some of the episode panels, Sarah was there as well, and we learned that a lot of Moggies. Hi, Dovey. That a lot of Moggy's portrayal comes from Laia Costa herself. Like the scene when she's ripping the undies apart with her mouse, and the stuff she does with the food. She was initially told to go through the drawers, and then she went there. The first thing she did was ripping the undies apart with her mouth.
And you told me, Bruno, that was made possible by the set director, who was very keen on details.
Yeah, might have heard some stuff. But yeah, she's an amazing actress, and she seems like a very interesting person.
She is easily my favorite Forsaken in the show.
Yeah, definitely. Or he's become the. I can't wait to see some of I've always loved Grendel, so I can't wait to see what they're hopefully in the future be able to do with her.
Yeah.
And I know Aggie Moggy has been your favorite for
Yeah. Since the last episode of season 2, she's been my favorite.
She got her shit down. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I went to, of course, to the Looney Theory panel. Seems like Omar was quite in the naughty mood, because somehow we had one theory about Moggy and the undies. Like she had been going through all the underwear of the Emmonsfield 5 because she wanted to get closer to the Taint and therefore closer to the Dark One to become nameless. And then we had a short bit about heroes, not Heroes of the Horn, but Heroes of the Pawn with Birgitta Cameltoe and yeah, too plausible. Yeah, but it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. We're sorry we couldn't be there this year, but
Yeah, I might have to skip the next few years due to the current administration, but yeah, let's see. Maybe
let's see where the world takes us.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah. So yeah, I happened to go to Prague instead because
that's not a bad trade.
No. I mean, I took my mom and sis there, and we went to see Macbeth, the Prague Shakespeare Company. And you probably can't tell, but it's Guy and Jessica and getting all the praise front stage. They were playing Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, and it was terrific performance. Really, they made some changes to the original Macbeth, and it was like only 90 minutes, and just like bodies started dropping like that. So it was really, really intense, and yes, like Blinded Fool, that is an amazing theater. It's the Estates Theater in Prague. Was built in, I think the first production was in 17. It's either 83 or 53. No, 85, 58. So like, yeah, 1700s, late 1700s. 1783, I think. And Mozart premiered Don Giovanni there. Guy told us that there's like a little plaque on stage that says like, you're standing where Mozart was standing when he like conducted Don Giovanni. So just like, it's such a beautiful building. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. And my mom was really happy because she loves going to the theater and she loves Wheel of Time as well. So she was very giddy. My sister was like, okay, I can do some culture. Fine, I'll tag along. Getting a vacation at least. So she hasn't read or watched the Wheel of Time, but afterwards she was like, oh, I maybe I should actually watch the show now. It's like, yes, I've been telling you for years. Yeah. You need to watch the show. And yeah, we got to say hi to some familiar faces. A Malkier showed up, another Shinar, and a Shanshan. It was a party. It was fun.
Yeah.
Drinks were had, food was had. Good times.
That's amazing. Yeah.
What was the last picture? Yeah, and Uno also got knighted by Elaine, Queen of Androl, in another flicker.
Did you send that picture to Guy?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So that was fun. That was my week. How was your week, Aggie?
I've been working.
No,
Nothing fun.
I'm sorry. But you've been doing some fun stuff in the garden, at least.
Yeah. I got stung by my bees.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
I'm sorry, but you were gonna pick me up at the airport, and you just sent me a picture, just not to alarm you, but my hand looks like this now.
Oh, that sounds hurtful.
I was just going to do some light work with the bees, and well, putting on the whole suit, it's a whole mess. It takes forever, and it's not comfortable. So I went out in my wardrobe. Yeah, exactly. So I went out in my pajamas to just open a beehive in my pajamas. Is
it will be
do.
fine. Yeah, it will be fine. Nothing happens all the other days. Today will.
It was
be
just
fine.
two stings.
Yeah.
One in my hand and one in my eyebrow.
Oh.
So, yeah. Good thing I don't panic easily in situations like that.
It's like just if I'm not at home, please put on. Use protection, everyone. Come on. You don't want to get swallowed.
I did put on protection after first bee sting, and then I continued because the protection I put on was just gloves because it stung my hand. So, well, I don't want to be stung in my hand again. So let's put on some gloves and then continue. And then another bee struck my eyebrow instead because I wasn't wearing face protection. Oops. Lesson learned, not?
Probably not. For like a couple of days.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's an abbreviation in the bike community. That is ETGET. All the gear, all the time. Always wear your gear, your protective gear.
Yeah. But
never skip.
Forsaken and they're not like the rest of us.
I'm a walking safety hazard.
Yeah, I mean it's on brand, so
yeah.
Unless you're doing something like with height related, then it's like all the gear.
Yeah, an extra gear.
Just in case the wall falls out or something.
Exactly.
All right. But we have some more fun news. I mean, it's Wednesday. There was our lovely Malkier co-host posted an update today, and we have a special guest for MalkierCon, Juliet Howland.
Yay! Natty
Coffin.
Yeah, I'm so happy for this because she wanted to come from Con 1, right? You all remember. There were two people who wanted to come to MalkierCon from day one, and that was Juliet and Guy.
Yeah.
Last year we had Guy, and now we're going full circle and get Juliet. That's amazing.
Woo! Yep. I'm getting Natty. And some hen news. So, yeah, that's, I mean, it's going to be so great finally meeting her. And let's see what the schedule will be for her. From what I understand from Rob, she might not be there all of the days. But definitely
somewhere
Saturday, I think.
Somewhere asked if she would be there on some of the Discord. I think it was quite sure it was the Malkier Talks Discord. If she would be there for the announcement of how much we collected through the charity auction, and I think Rob said probably not, but but there's something going on Saturday, definitely.
Yeah, she'll be there. We'll see what the schedules are being worked on. So it's gonna be great. So everyone, grab your Malkier Con tickets, book your travels, and come join us. It's gonna be another year.
I have been pushing Malkier Con heavily while being in Atlanta.
As you should. Aw. We're gonna miss you, Dovey.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I hope we get to see a lot of people there this year. And, prepare some fun questions for Juliet, and maybe we'll get some singing as well. Who knows?
I totally forgot. While being on the plane to Atlanta, I got a private message from Tori, Boat and Aldrin's real life mother.
Yes.
Because I shared one of Koala's renew for season 4 reels. And we talked a bit, and she and her girls were quite blown away about the love they got from the fandom, and the girls did like the work for the show because everyone was so nice to them and they had so much fun, and they all wish for season 4 and more to be happening because they really like working on the show.
Nice.
Yeah. And now I got them connected with Koala, so they don't have to use me as middleman for getting the reels.
That's great.
Being a kid actor can't be easy. So I'm really glad they had a good experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, buy your tickets. Come to Malkier Con, everyone. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get some amazing panels planned, and just gonna hang out and have a really, really good time. And I miss all of you. I want to see you again. So
the first age really sucks. We need to get our shit together and invent the traveling weave.
Right.
We really need to do that. Aggie, you need to start working on that.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Also,
there might be some side effects though, so don't know if anyone wants to try it. There might be a couple of bee stings involved.
No WatchCon unfortunately for us this year. Yeah.
And for me, not in the foreseeable future, sadly.
Get your shit together, US.
That's not my problem with WatchCon. It's the time frame. It's I don't know when we'll make the hay in the summer. Depends so much on the weather, so I can't commit to getting the flight that's 1.5 the price of my whole Jordan Con trip, and then have to bail out in the last second. So
time frame wise, I think WhatCon is better for us than JordanCon, or for me at
Yeah.
least. So
Yeah, for you.
we'll definitely go back to WhatCon at some point.
I'm thinking we once again will do we'll go to Canada and then we'll just jump into the US for a short stay. Fast travel back. But anyways, see what else we've got. We got a few more new stuff, and then we'll talk some season 3 stuff as well, because you weren't with us last time, Goatbrother. I want to hear all your opinions.
I'm afraid most of that will have to wait till next week, because we're quite late already, but it's fine.
It says we've only been live for 32 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a few minutes left in the text, so before I have to leave to work. Working sucks. Yeah.
Okay, so just jump through this quickly then. There's been a petition out for the renewal of Wheel of Time, and over 30,000 people have signed it now. So that's amazing.
Yeah, there were a big boost in the last 2 days.
Where can I find this link? I don't think I've done that one.
I can share. We can share it in the Discord later.
Yeah.
I need to.
I think there were 10,000 letters sent within the last 2 days.
I think we posted the link in some places, but I'll post it again in the Discord here. And we also there was the Robert Jordan Reading Day by Jordan, Soundscape of Time. So a bunch of people read passages from the books on us.
I think Rob was part as well, and Sulin, I think.
Yeah, I did the Faldara chapter.
Yeah.
So
That's appropriate.
Sorry? Yeah.
That's appropriate.
With the soundscape in the background, and I haven't watched all of this because that was like 5 hours of content, but I watched some of it and it was really fun.
And if you like the Soundscape of Time, go and back the actual the current running Kickstarter.
Yeah. We can post this link in our Discord as well.
Yeah.
Or this I can actually post right away in chat. I'll have it here. So yeah, if you enjoy the Soundscape of Time, please show them some support.
Yeah.
And we also got the post that I think we had this sort of before we knew that Rosamund was doing the Shadow Rising, but I think the Wheel of Time account posted this yesterday, or was it earlier today maybe? Some audible.
I think I saw it last night.
Yeah, recently at least they posted this. So yeah, quickie news. Okay, before you have to leave, Goatbrother, some like final episode thoughts and just like your general review of season 3?
General, I thought it was amazing. I had only a few minor gripes with the whole season, which is really, really, really high quality nitpicking. One of my gripes was that in order to her Lutheran whisper in Ren's head, you had to change the audio setting to dialogue boost high.
Yeah, I still haven't heard that one.
No, we haven't gone back and
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that actually.
I went back to that scene just for that, and still, it isn't. You really have to pay attention. I wish that they would have it put more on the forefront.
I mean, there's so much else going on at the same time, so
yeah. Though you can hear it in it's I think episode 6, right? Yeah, it's episode 6. When Rand talks to Moraine about not submitting, and then when he channels and you can't see his leaf and the ground shakes a bit, when you put the audio setting in the Prime app on dialogue boost high, you can hear Alexander Karim whisper Ilyana. And the other thing is is inaudible. I really like that they started putting that in, but it seemed it was quite a waste to hide it that much. Because when you let someone when you let someone do some ADR work remotely and put it into the show, then I think you should. It would be cool if it would have been that audible as it is on dialogue boost high in normal tone, and maybe even put it in the captions.
Yeah. Yeah, loose cameo. I'm assuming Nils refers to the person standing in the distance.
Yeah.
I haven't gone.
I mean,
we
like
just need to go back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Haggy.
Yeah, I like the concept of them introducing it slowly and having it be a bit unclear in the beginning, and then increasingly you notice it more and more. I think that's a good concept.
That's totally what I was thinking, but hide it that much, that seems because
if you mix with these settings, then you can
play
it backwards.
Too much of an Easter egg.
It should have been barely audible on normal settings.
Yeah.
Because the sound from music is quite loud in that scene as well. And
there was nothing in the
dialogue boost. Yeah. And when you put it on dialogue boost, there's next to none of the music that you can hear. But I agree. Introduce it like this, barely audible, but in normal setting, and then let's make it more and more obvious.
Yeah.
Until you really hear a scream in his head. Now and then.
I think in this way that Rand questions himself progressively, right? So at the first time he hears something, he can just ignore it because that was nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then each time it happens, he starts questioning himself. Was that really nothing? Did you also hear that?
Especially
and then eventually it's revealed.
Especially they laid the groundwork for it in the finale for the first season. at the eye with
Yeah.
him seeing his former self and Ishi, with just memory flooding his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping for some more of that than actually getting to see Alexander Karim, but you know.
Yeah, but we were quite sure that wouldn't happen because he was. But he could have done some work because he was in South Africa filming Gladiator 2 at the time.
Welcome,
Hi, Jacola.
Hi, Ash. Yeah. Otherwise, I really love that they changed the scale to full widescreen.
Oh yeah.
It looks so much better, and then they really found their style, their way, because some of the shots, or a lot of the shots we see, that's just art. You could print it and put it on your wall.
Beautiful.
Yeah. One of my favorite shots is one of the moraine flickers from Meridian when she releases Lan from his bond in the sideways.
Yeah,
that's just beautiful.
I mean, you could watch the show even if you don't like the story, just on the merits of all the stunning visuals.
Yeah. And otherwise, minor gripes, a bit of CGI that looks a bit wonky here and there, but still, it's nearly 9 hours or more than 9 hours of content with way less budget than a 2-hour blockbuster has. So you can't, and even 2-hour blockbusters have sometimes wonky CGI. So that's just, as I said, high quality German nitpicking.
CGI, it's always difficult, I feel.
Yes, and sometimes, yeah.
Because if you start noticing something, then you're gonna like, oh, I noticed that. I can tell that's not. I can tell that that's CGI, and then you can't really stop thinking about it. But most of it was just. I think it was like 2 times that I reacted to the CGI, and one was the four-legged troller.
Yeah.
And the second one was the chain around Nynaeve.
Yeah.
I was like, it looks good, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, you see it isn't really a chain, it's CGI. What I really liked was the introduction of normal people dreaming and barely scratching Teleron Riyadh. That was well done.
That was really well done. I love that.
And I really liked the concept of the boar. That visual in company with the sound design at that moment is...
That's my desktop background, because that scene was just like definitely one of my favorite of the season.
Yeah, I read it on the page and I understood what's going on, but I couldn't put a visual to it. And this is way better than anything I would have ever imagined. And the fin.
Yeah.
Can't
it makes
wait.
it so much better when they choose to not make stuff CGI and actually a real costume.
Yeah. I'm eager to know how the Aelfin look like.
Yeah. I mean, making something in real life like a full costume and then enhancing it with CGI, I think that's the way to go. You should make something from scratch in CGI. Just have a whole CGI show.
Yeah.
Just enhance with CGI. That is.
So you're
I
agreeing
was,
with Nils here. Makes it
Exactly.
disco ball.
yeah. I was quite down for cutting the fins entirely because I was afraid it would look cheesy and bad. I could, again, like the boar, I couldn't imagine how you could do it without looking like an 80s B horror, cheesy horror movie. But then they did that well.
Ziggy
Turns out
Stardust
secretly
style.
spray on fur.
Yeah,
Yeah, those behind the scenes things.
yeah,
Damn. And I said in our previous episode, it was weird for me at first because it was so different from like the face and
Yeah.
everything with the fur was so different from what I like imagined the fins to
yeah.
look
And
like.
from the fan art that we knew.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I've done like 3 or something fan art pieces of the fins, and it's like that. But like I rewatched the scene like 10, 20 something times. I was like, this is great. I love it. The acting is superb. Like the makeup and the costume. It's just that it's so different from like my book canon that it takes a while to process it.
Yeah.
It's like the fins are my absolute favorites. So I just needed to put aside my book brain and just look at what they have done.
And
it's like,
just roll with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I lost my train of thoughts, yeah. But I really like the fins. I really like the doorway.
Fin for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
whole
it was
like and the animal cave. They got the whole vibe, right?
Yeah.
And Donal was perfect in it, and
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It should have been longer.
Yeah.
There's not enough in the books either.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was very glad we got that.
So like book spoilers, but that was my biggest, I think, disappointment because it was so much build up to the Tower of Genji, and we got like 1 chapter of them actually being in the tower. I was like, I've been waiting for this for how many books? And
from book 1. From book 1.
Yeah, you give me 1 chapter.
Yeah.
It was an amazing chapter, but come on. I need at least like 3 in here.
Thanks, Ash. That's what I wanted to go. Yeah. Spatz and his son did a Metallica tour version shirt of the Fin. And we have been immediately pushing for this to become a t-shirt, and I think they're working on it.
Nice.
We will keep you updated. Do you have the otherwise I can before
it's in the
I go
Malkier Talks, right? It's the Fin drawing, right?
Yeah, it should be everywhere where Spat's art club is.
Oh, you're right.
Lights work.
Yeah,
sure.
I have it. Let's see. Oops. Just a sec. We love Spuds.
Yeah. And Robert Strange shared that image as well.
Yes, he did. Let's see.
That made me very happy for
this one.
Also,
yeah. Wait, let me find the. There it is.
He seems like a really cool guy, Robert Strange, and he has the best name.
Yeah.
He needs to become a doctor.
Wait, I'll share it in our episode prep channel. There is designs of the shirt as well. There you go.
Ah, nice. Okay, just get. What is your need?
Awesome.
I definitely want that shirt.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That's a must-have.
And I mean, if you come to Malkier Con, you might just get some Finny cosplays. Let's see.
Let's see.
Might have gotten a delivery of some human
Some
skin, some white leather jackets. That might turn into something else.
We just need to keep it on the schedule for Saturday because I have to skip Friday because of family vacation. Yeah. And only 2-day Malkier Con, which is sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah. But I couldn't argue for coming home a day early again after going to JordCon. And we only do really 6 days of family vacation per year and then cutting down to 5 again.
I guess sometimes you need to prioritize family and like work and
I should have married a whatnot.
Aw.
My mistake. No.
It's not too late
On
to
this
turn
note,
him into whatnot.
on this note of to divorce. Yeah.
We just need to like take some con to Germany as well. A bit closer.
I'm sorry. I'm running very late.
Yeah, of course. We'll.
I have to leave. I'm sorry. See you all next week. Then I've got plenty of time again.
Awesome.
Perfect. Continue this.
Love you all. Have fun.
Bye.
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 Okay. We're gonna round things up, but how are you gonna make all those ears and noses from that? Well, you know, I've got some ideas. Let's see what we can work out. We also have a 3D printer, you know, so can. But well, I'm gonna play around with some things. I'm not, like I said last time, there's not going to be any spray on fur unless someone knows how to, you know, fix that.
You can just buy a can of Wish, right?
Sorry?
You can just buy a can of spray on fur from Wish or AliExpress or something.
Probably, and it will look perfectly like in the show.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, I've done that, and they do not look good.
Eventually, this might turn into a furry con.
I was gonna say, it depends on, you know, what kind of furry suit you're looking for. There are definitely fox suits out there, but not exactly what I would, you know, look for. But yeah, we've been discussing, you and I, how if we're both gonna be doing like big cosplays, how are we gonna? We're probably gonna need to bring in some extra people to help us. Just
hire a dozen people to help us. I think is what we need.
like, okay, how are we gonna put on the Trolloc thing and or whatever we're doing for this year? Who knows? We're gonna have. But I also realized like August is fucking soon. So
It is soon.
And we're
We'll
like,
see.
oh,
We'll see.
working until vacation, and then we're on vacation, and then we get back to work, and shit, it's almost time to be done. Yes, if there were only some nice, helpful people at Malkier Con.
If only. If only.
Right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or should we just continue our conversation next week?
My brain is mush.
No. And I think probably next week we have a Flickr that we haven't gotten to yet because we had to like postpone one of our earlier like from months back. So I think we're gonna maybe jump back to our Flickr that we were supposed to do. That was if the White Tower trained Aes Sedai like the Black Tower trained the Ashaman or something like that. So show's over, or season 3 is unfortunately over, and but that means we get to jump back to our regular flickering. So yeah, can look forward to getting back on our non-show bullshit next week, perhaps. So until then, stay safe in the Flickerverse and keep on flickering until next week. Bye, people. Thank
Bye,
you
everyone.
for entertaining us. Bye.